Good morning, it's 5 AM, another shocking night's sleep. Just packed up, ready to shoot off. The path is like, I'm just off the path, so a bit naughty camping near the path, but that's the coast path for you. You have to camp just right off the path. But there was this howling noise, this noise about 5 minutes after I woke up, fortunately. Because if I'd have heard that during the night, I would not have slept a wink. I'm actually going to check I've not left a tent peg behind. But this, I don't know what the noise was. If we had monkeys in this country, I would say it was a monkey. It's not a fox, because I've got foxes that live out the back where I am, and I'm very aware of the noises they make. No tent pegs left behind. This is probably an owl or something, or a bird or something, but it's very loud. And it's no call I've ever heard before. I'm just so glad it started 5 minutes after I woke up, because that would freak me out if that happened during the night. It's kind of calmed down a bit now. I mean, it's coming from the way I'm walking, so maybe we'll hear it again. What's that noise? I think it's seals. Why didn't I think of that? It's got a bit, because I knew it sounded dog-like almost. It's not going to do it again now. I just heard it, put the camera on. It's got to be seals making that noise. It's coming from out there, out by these rocks. Whew. I'm not going to get attacked by a werewolf then. Yeah, it's got to be seals. It's coming from the rocks out to sea there. At least if I hear it again, I'm going to know what it is next time. I knew it was too loud to be a bird. Is it going to do it again? It is, because I thought it sounded like a dog howling. But I thought that's too loud for a fox. And it's just a noise echoing off the rocks and the water. No, it's not going to do it. It'll do it as soon as I turn the camera off, I bet. One of the good things about wild camping is that you're up early. And we're going through a little wooded section now, and so you get dawn chorus in full swing. It's great. It's one of the best bits about walking late at night and early in the morning. Just stopping for another break. What a difference a day makes. I think yesterday, it was 7 miles before I stopped, and that was just to get a bacon roll and a cup of tea. It's been a lot harder this morning. Not bad, but I've just seen the big drop, the one that I was worried about, and it's a big one. And I can see down the coast now, there looks like there's another big hill shortly afterwards, but it looks relatively flat. Let's turn you around so you can see it. So you've got Sharkham Point, and then the further point is Berry Head. That all looks relatively flat round there, so I think once, or maybe two and a half miles of hard work left, and then it looks like it should flatten out a little bit more. But I can only just see this hill. I'm going to show you when I get round the corner, because I've actually taken a wrong turn here. The coast path is actually about 50 feet below me. I must have missed a sign somewhere here, but where I am, it all heads in the same direction. But when I get round the corner and I've had a little rest, I'm going to show you this hill. That looks like it could be one of the biggest and longest I've seen. Ooh. Alright, see you in a bit. Made it to the top. I must have put my big boy pants on today, because I got all the way out without stopping. Even the sheep were cheering me on. But yeah, it was a tough climb actually. I think there's one more in about half a mile, and after that I think it should start to get a little easier. But that was a tough one. I'm glad I loaded up with fluids for today in Dartmouth, because it's been needed. This is quite a tough section. I knew it would be, but it's quite a tough section out of Kingswear into Brixham. Still, I think it's worth having an area like that. If we're going to be walking through towns now for the next 20 odd miles, I know that there is a bit trail walking in between, but it's nice to have something like that just to then lead you into an easier walk. One more big drop down and climb up again. I'm hoping this is the last big one. Yeah, that's a very tough walk out of Kingswear, I believe it was, into Brixham. From where I camped, there was about 5 big valleys, coves, whatever you want to call them. The only thing I can say is once you get to one, there's a white house down the bottom by the beach. That's the last big hill. Once you get to there, that's the last big hill you've got to go up, and probably one of the toughest as well. But that was, yeah, that was one big cove and valley after another. Hard work. Just approaching Berry Head now. Come to this sign. It does say, you can see dolphins there. So you've got a South Fort here, cafe there, so you might get a cup of tea. A lighthouse and a North Quarry. So this fort was actually built between 1795 and 1805 to protect Torquay from the French. It's a big place, big place. The last 2 hours I've been struggling physically and mentally just to keep going, really. I think I've got the camera out for 2 hours either. I think 3 sleepless nights and 2 big days. And this morning has been tough as well. So tough. It's just, it's kind of killed my mood a bit. Usually that means because I'm hungry and I'm thirsty. So I just stopped at the cafe down there for a bacon roll and a cup of tea. Lucky, I was just walking up this big flight of stairs and I just heard it come past. Turn the camera on. Should get another one coming the other way soon, so I'll try and get up and get a better view. Must be the train that runs from Kingswear opposite Dartmouth. I don't know where it stops, Paynton or something maybe. So if you want to skip that difficult section between Kingswear and Brixham, you just jump on the train. I've got to be honest, this walk through Brixham into Paynton isn't much better. It's there's nothing much to film. But I've got to say, after having that bacon roll and tea back there, I do feel a lot better now. I think I was just hungry and dehydrated. But when I come back, I've probably said this a few times, but I don't know what makes the final edit. I'm going to come back and redo the Southwest Coast Path, but it's not going to be about every mile of the journey this time. It's going to be about having more experiences and visiting places that I didn't visit on the way. So I think I would definitely, when I get to Dartmouth next time, put a little note on my map, which is what I do as I go, just to get the train from Kingswear to wherever this goes. I'm just coming around the headland at Torquay now. Torquay's just behind me there. Now, see if I can pick it out. Just over here is, I think it's Broad Sands Beach. That was where I felt I had nothing more to give. Mentally, physically drained. And I know when I get like that, it's because I'm hungry really more than it's tired. So I had a bacon roll and a cup of tea there, and it sorted me right out, because then I just walked the next 5.5 miles, no problem, into Torquay. Paynton was a real disappointment. It's so run down. Torquay, I've been told not to expect much from it. It's actually not that bad. There's a nice bar just before you get to the marina, and you get there, you push a button on the table and they come out, take your order on an iPad, you pay the money, and another waiter comes out and brings your beer out or your food out. That was actually quite a nice place. But you can see Torquay, they're making an effort to clean it up. There's some lovely period houses there as well that have been done up and they're nice. But there is pictures on the wall in Torquay as you walk in, so you can see it in its heyday. I'd love to have seen it back then. I bet it probably was the English Riviera. I'm just leaving the coast path now. The coast path joins this road and then detours off to the right, but my hotel's just up this way. And if I rejoin the coast path, it means I've got to walk half a mile back. So I'm going directly to the hotel now, find out what that place is like for 40 quid a night, and I will catch up with you there. Well, I'm all cleaned up, all settled in the hotel for the night. It was a tough day today, really hard work. I think if you are doing it, be prepared to pack lots of water at Salcombe to get you through that stretch in the morning. Once you get to Brixham, you're fine. There's just plenty of cafes and obviously shops along the way. But yeah, I'm glad today is over. And I'm going to leave you now and get my t-shirts cleaned up. So I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching this one.